Okay, what's going on, guys? So some people have been having an issue downloading some of the Creative Cloud apps, including Adobe Fireworks. They don't know exactly where to go or what to look for. So right now, I'm just going to show you really quickly, in case you're having the same issue, how to download Creative Cloud and then where to look for Adobe Fireworks in the Creative Cloud suite. And because it's a old software that no longer gets updated by Adobe, they've pretty much eliminated from their main list of desktop apps, but you can still download it. It's something I recommend. It's basically a vector focused design program. Let me just show you what I would do. So I'd go over to Google first and search download Adobe Creative Cloud. And then we're going to click on the link that says download Creative Cloud desktop app Adobe support. And in this link, we have the option on section 1 or instruction number 1 to download for Windows or for Mac. Obviously, you want to choose your operating system. It's going to download a zipped folder here. And in case you are on Windows, you might want to download something like 7-zip to easily unzip files. You might want to download something like the Unarchiver for Mac. So search Unarchiver in Google if you are a Mac user. Search 7-zip in Google if you are a Windows user. So I'm going to search 7-zip. Download 7-zip is the first link, and you want to choose, if you are using 64-bit Windows, which I'm going to assume that you are, you want to choose the exe. Now in the Unarchiver, if you're on a Mac, there's obviously going to be a DMG file that you download, not an exe. All right, so we're going to download the 64-bit exe. We're going to open this exe. We're going to install this, and we're going to close it once it's installed. Now, once we have our Adobe Creative Cloud zip downloaded, we're going to open this in the folder. And what we'll do is right click that folder. We should have a 7-zip option here. We just simply want to choose extract here. Now, sometimes I'll go in here and create a new folder, and I'll save this folder as Creative Cloud. In case when we extract this, let's see where that went. In case when we extract this folder, we want to make sure that this is inside of another folder, so we're not extracting all the files into our downloads folder. So I'm going to Control X, if I can, to cut this zipped folder, and we're going to paste this in our Creative Cloud folder. Now I'll use 7-zip's option to extract here, and it's going to automatically extract everything for me. So now we have packages, resources, and setup exe. All right, so these are the files that we're going to delete after we install Creative Cloud. Now, if we would have just extracted this in our downloads folder, we might have never known that there were these other files or folders that were extracted if there's a lot of stuff in our downloads folder, which is why I put this in its own folder. So now I'll right click the setup exe and run this as an administrator. We choose yes. So I can't install this right now because I'm actually installing Photoshop. What I'm going to do, since this has 8 to 10 minutes left, is I'm going to see if I can close this. I'm going to quit. So we're going to quit the installation for Photoshop. This is what I initially went to start installing because I couldn't find the Creative Cloud app, which actually allows me to install Photoshop, Fireworks, and all the other Adobe programs. So we've got to force quit this or let this take its course to kind of back up the installation that it's already started. Once we've done this, so Adobe installer, are you sure you want to quit? Yes. I'll go ahead and let the Photoshop installer quit as well, which might take a second. In the meantime, I can go and close these other windows. And we're just going to let this Photoshop installer run its course. Once this has completed, we should now have the option to go and run the setup exe. So I don't want to necessarily go and force quit. I could open up Task Manager, or if you're in Apple, you go to the top left hand corner, click the Apple icon and click on force quit. And I could force quit the Photoshop installer. What I'm going to go ahead and do is actually terminate my iCloud, the store, because I'm not using any of those, and calendar. All right, no need for that right now. And I can go in here and force quit Photoshop. So quit, yes. So it looks like we're just gonna have to wait for this to actually quit itself, because I think it's actually started installing some stuff. But I want to go ahead and let this run. I'm live streaming this right now. I can't really chop it up. I think this video is going to be less than 10 minutes. If you're watching this live, then obviously you're going to have to wait. If you're watching this inside of the course, you can go ahead and kind of fast forward to the next step. So I'll go ahead and let this thing do what it has to do. So someone just asked, Chance actually just asked, what's the software that I use for live streaming? This is Telestream Wirecast that I'm using to create this video in real time and live stream it. In case you guys were wondering, I'll do some videos on Telestream Wirecast that I'll have uploaded in here for those of you that actually do want to do some live streaming. Switch to process. Let's end process and terminate process tree. Perfect. So now that we have this, awesome, great. Now all I have to do now is click on the setup exe for Adobe Creative Cloud. We're going to click on yes, and the installer is going to start to run. This is not actually going to install any Adobe software. This is just the shell that hosts all of the Adobe programs that allows me to, one, choose which program or what programs I would like to install. Two, this syncs over anything that I have in the Adobe Cloud. So I might have project files from Adobe Experience Design or Photoshop that I'm working on with other people remotely who are in different cities or different computers. We might be sharing a project that we're working on together, and we can store those files in the cloud so long as we have our own Creative Cloud subscription or account. All right, so as this installs, or once this finishes installing, I'm going to show you guys exactly where to go specifically to get Adobe Fireworks. Now, all the other Creative Cloud apps are easy to find when you open up Adobe, the Creative Cloud installer. But this is what you want to use if you have an Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. Don't worry about downloading all of the desktop apps individually. Download the Creative Cloud app first, and then use the Creative Cloud to install all of your software. So I'm going to let this take its course. We have to go here and sign in. And once we've signed in, we should get access to all the apps that are inside of our Creative Cloud subscription. So one thing that you want to keep in mind, let's say you do have Creative Cloud. Let's go to adobe.com and sign in. Once you're signed in, you want to click on manage account. In some cases, all right, click, let's do our password. Some cases you won't have access to all the apps even though you've purchased the membership. So what you have to do is click on manage plan, I believe, and you have to send a invitation to your email address to be able to access your plan. So look inside of your account settings to make sure that you've sent yourself that invitation if you still need to send an invitation. If you pay for the Creative Cloud subscription and you can't download the apps and you can't use them, it's because of that. All right, once you've done that, you can go over to apps, and what I'm going to do is click on find additional apps, and I'm going to choose view previous versions. There's Adobe Fireworks and install. Boom. There you have it. Good luck, guys.